Mandatory vaccinations for staff at Qantas. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. I can't imagine anyone's going to be surprised with what we're about to read. An article highlighting the fact that Qantas will require all staff to have a COVID-19 vaccination in order to keep their jobs. It makes sense for the airline. I can understand why they want to do it. They want to ensure that travel can recommence, and they don't want to put anyone at risk, particularly because, well, there are probably going to be very onerous requirements on everyone who will fly. But it's, well, going to be difficult for some people who choose to conscientiously object. But then again, we already have mandatory vaccination in a lot of roles here in Australia, a lot of jobs, healthcare, aged care, childcare. We restrict people's access to family tax benefit based on the vaccination status of their children. So why should this be any different? Why should anyone be upset or concerned? We've been happy for all of that to go along for years now. No jab, no play. Why? Or no jab, no play. Why is anyone worried? Well, maybe now because everyone is starting to see what the government has implemented. You know, when it's someone else dealing with it, you know, no one's worried. And you know, I mean, I'm vaccinated. I don't care if people know I'm vaccinated. So my issue is, or question is, should the businesses be able to do it when, well, we already have the government mandating its requirements for vaccination in other parts of the economy. You know, we've already got it, guys. We've already voted for it. We already have politicians that are requiring it, and healthcare professionals and aged care professionals. For other industries, why is this any different? Why are people getting outraged? You know, maybe the benefit of all of this is that people will start to be a little bit more politically active and actually take an interest in all that boring politics stuff that no one pays attention to. So Australian airline Qantas has announced it will make COVID-19 vaccinations mandatory for all employees if they wish to keep their job with the airline. On Wednesday, Australia's largest airline said its mandate will come into effect from mid-November. The airline said in a statement that frontline staff, such as cabin crew, pilots and airport workers, will be required to be fully vaccinated by the 15th of November, while all remaining employees will need to have the jab by the 22nd of March 2022. By March 22. It is understood there will be certain exemptions for those who are unable to be vaccinated for documented medical reasons, which is expected to be very rare. Qantas CEO Alan Joyce said the airline's new vaccination policy will provide a safeguard for employees, but also protect our customers and the communities we fly to. Our crew members can fly into multiple cities and come into contact with thousands of people in a single day, Mr. Joyce said in a statement. So, with that in mind, has Qantas already had, well, they probably would have. You would have already had, I'm completely guessing that they already have vaccinations for whooping cough and other things that their staff can be exposed to, that you'd expect the airlines to pay for. Wouldn't they? Do they? Making sure they are vaccinated, given the potential of this virus to spread, is so important, and I think it's the kind of safety leadership people would expect from us. It's clearly for ihre Sicherheit. It's clear that vaccinations are the only way to end the cycle of lockdowns and border closures, and for a lot of Qantas and Jetstar employees, that means getting back to work again. Qantas Group conducted a survey with all staff, including those who worked for Jetstar, to seek their views on vaccination. From the 12,000 responses, the airline said 89% of employees had already been vaccinated or at least planned to book in for the jab. Now, here's the thing. You've got some people who want to be vaccinated. They want it, and they can't get it. You've got people who are hesitant, who kind of want to wait. And you've got, anti-vaxxers who are opposed on all vaccination for a number of issues. Now, here in Australia, you've got an issue with the rollout. It's people are complaining in the comments, I can't get it, I booked in, I haven't been able to get it. I was insanely lucky, I think, deciding from one day to the next and just finding an appointment. I think I happened to get a moment when people were cancelling because of the lockdown here in Queensland. I don't know how else. So, really, if 90% nearly plan to get it or have gotten it and haven't gotten it yet, Well, the question is, what's the issue with our rollout too? Would you want someone losing a job because the government has been inefficient in rolling out the vaccine? And again, the government is happily destroying businesses, jobs, careers, livelihoods, everything for fear. Only 4% were unwilling or medically unable to get vaccinated. This is why I think we will see, and people going in the comments, oh, it's not true. No, there's more than that. I guarantee it's the minority. The people who are concerned or unwilling, it's the minority, everyone. Okay, just have a look here in the results of the by-election. The anti-vax vote or the medically informed party got a very small percentage of the vote. The political staffer for Labour got in. Just what we need. Another political staffer there. So I would not be shocked at all if we start to see pushes for vaccine passports where you got to show that you've been vaccinated just to go to the shops, just to do this, just to do that. So this is one of the largest responses to any survey we've conducted, even with thousands of people stood down, which shows just how important this is for them, Mr. Joyce said. Since vaccines became available, we've strongly encouraged all of our people to get the jab and are offering paid time off to get it done. We were really pleased to see from the survey that more than 3/4 of those who responded have already rolled up their sleeves at least once, and 60% have had both jabs. Many of our people said they would feel concerned about working with unvaccinated colleagues, which is something that many workplaces across the country are grappling with. Why? Now this is what I don't understand. If you're vaccinated, your body has been prepped and primed to fight off infection. It doesn't mean you're not going to get the illness. It's just preparing your body to fight it, essentially. That's what it is. Okay, you're not immune. It's not a magic bullet. You still have to be fit and healthy enough. So you can't go, that's why you're seeing like super morbidly obese people getting vaccinated and think they're fine when all their comorbidities are even a huge risk. Where's the media campaign for that? Where are Qantas saying we're no longer hiring anyone who's morbidly obese? Oh boy, could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? What? Maybe they should. Well, they probably, to be quite frank, they probably already don't. But just don't say it. Anyway, where's the public campaign for that? So, we understand there will be a very small number of people who decide not to get the vaccine, and that's their right, but it's our responsibility to provide the safest possible environment for our employees and for our customers. So there we go, everyone. What do you think? What do you think? Do you agree with the position that Qantas are taking? Particularly since they're traveling all around the country. They could be the source. I mean, how would you feel if we entered into lockdown again because you've got a unvaccinated Qantas flight attendant or hostess bringing something back from overseas? So what's the solution? What's the takeaway to this, everyone? Let's have a talk. Now, I can understand both sides to this. I can understand Qantas wanting to mitigate the risk and exposure to their staff and their passengers. I can understand the potential risk of this is a source of illness returning back to the country. But I also can see how some people may be concerned that they're being forced or pressured or coerced into taking the vaccine. Which way is right, which way is wrong? Well, if we look at precedent, there are many other industries where we already mandate vaccination here in Australia. We seem to have considered it's fine. Are people suddenly outraged? Is it the coercion? Is it the fact that it's forced? Is it the fact that it's happening at such a large scale? Or is the media just fueling fear, stoking fear? What's the solution? Do we need to have 2 airlines? Do we need to have flights with purely unvaccinated staff, maybe to give an option? Or is that just a burden that the business shouldn't have? Should we open the books to allow for discrimination on all grounds here in Australia? Why not? And let the market sort it out. That'd be an interesting solution. I wonder what would happen. And Really, are people's political preferences going to be affected or changed by this? And is the concern really just by a minority or a majority? Judging by their staff numbers, it's a significant majority in favour of it. What do you think? I don't really have a solution for this one. It's more so just we're already doing it here in Australia. As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this question in the comments down below. If you work for Qantas, would you keep your job? Would you take the vaccine? Would you leave? Are you vaccinated, and would you leave just on principle? Let us know in the comments below. If you're a fan of the channel and enjoy the content I cobble together here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Sign up for SelfWealth or Stake. Use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve or AussieBroadband. You can buy a merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.